Pisces horoscope, second half of September 2025, setting the stage. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the second half of September 2025. As we move into this period, the planetary energy shifts in ways that are particularly meaningful for you. This is not just a regular couple of weeks, it's a time of transition, reflection, and preparation for something bigger that begins in October. In this forecast, I'll walk you through the three major planetary movements that will shape your experience. 1. The shift of Mars, the planet of drive and finance, into a weaker position. 2. The transition of the Sun into your opposite sign, bringing focus to relationships, family, and home decisions. 3. The quiet but powerful presence of Jupiter, your ruling planet, which is regaining strength and preparing to deliver blessings starting October 2nd. Along the way, I'll share real-life examples to help you see how these energies might play out in your own life, whether in career, money, relationships, or your personal growth journey. So, let's dive in. Theme 1. Mars weakens. A shift in energy and finances. Mars is often called the planet of action, energy, and for Pisces, it also rules over your finances and your sense of progress. In the first half of September, Mars has been strong, pushing you to act boldly, perhaps even take risks. You might have felt a surge of motivation, like you were ready to fight challenges head-on, take extra shifts, or chase after a side hustle. But as we enter the second half of September, Mars moves into the sector known as Fandu, or the fourth house in Western astrology terms. This position is softer and less aggressive. The energy shifts from I must push forward no matter what, to maybe I should slow down, conserve energy, and rethink things. Finances. On the money side, this shift could feel like relief. Big expenses that were weighing on you may now ease up. For example, if you had a large bill to pay, like a car repair, tuition, or a medical cost, that may now be behind you. However, instead of one big financial strain, you might notice small, frequent expenses popping up. A lunch out here, a household item there, an app subscription renewal you forgot about. Your income during this period may not feel steady. It could come from short-term projects or temporary work. For example, you may land a quick freelance assignment, a one-off consultation, or even earn a little extra by selling and used items online. This is not a time to expect steady, long-term financial growth. Instead, it's about being flexible and learning to manage smaller streams of income. Energy and motivation. Beyond money, Mars also represents your physical and emotional energy. And here's the truth, you may feel a little tired. Tasks that you usually breeze through might suddenly feel like a chore. You may crave rest, time off, or even solitude. This is not a failure on your part. It's simply the cosmic rhythm reminding you that life has cycles. Imagine a farmer. After planting and harvesting, there must be time to let the soil rest. For you, the second half of September is a resting phase. Example, imagine you've been working hard on a big project at the office. In early September, you were fueled by adrenaline and determination. But now, as the project winds down, you feel drained. Instead of beating yourself up for being lazy, this is the universe saying, recharge, because October will bring new momentum. Theme 2. The Sun opposes Pisces. Focus on relationships. And home. On September 17th, the Sun moves into your opposite sign, Virgo. This is significant because the Sun's light will now shine directly on your house of partnerships, home, and family. This shift has two main expressions. 1. Personal relationships and family. You may notice that interactions with your partner, family members, or even close friends become more frequent and more meaningful. Conversations that have been postponed now demand attention. Maybe you and your partner need to talk about future plans, or perhaps a family member comes to you for advice. Sometimes, this energy shows up as negotiations or even conflicts that need resolution. For example, you and your partner may need to agree on how to handle shared finances. Parents may discuss moving in together, or you might have to support them in decision-making. A sibling may ask for help in buying a new house or vehicle. The Sun's opposition energy. can feel like a mirror being held up to your life. You see yourself through the eyes of others, which can be uncomfortable but also deeply enlightening. 2. Home, property, and practical matters. The sun also highlights your physical environment, your home, living space, and even property matters. This could manifest in very practical ways: buying or upgrading furniture, appliances, or home decor, considering whether to rent, buy, or move to a new place, renovations, repairs, or simply reorganizing your living space. If you work in industries like real estate, vehicles, or home-related services, this is a period where you'll have more client interactions, negotiations, or deals on the table. Some of these may involve revisiting old contracts or solving lingering disputes. Example: let's say you've been renting an apartment that no longer feels right. Around September 17th onward, you might start seriously considering moving, looking at new neighborhoods, comparing prices, or even discussing the possibility with your family. Even if the move doesn't happen immediately, the conversation begins. Theme 3. Jupiter prepares for a comeback. Hope on the horizon now. Let's talk about Jupiter, your ruling planet. For Pisces, Jupiter is like the guardian angel, the planet that brings protection, wisdom, and blessings. During late September, Jupiter is still in a weakened state. This may explain why your confidence has felt shaky and why progress seems slower than usual. You might feel like you're waiting for something to click, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Here's the good news. Starting October 2nd, Jupiter regains its strength in a powerful way. That means the second half of September becomes a transition phase. It's like the quiet just before the sunrise. What does this mean? Opportunities that seem unclear now will become visible in early October. If you're working on projects, applications, or new ideas, keep nurturing them quietly because they will blossom soon. This is a fantastic time to brainstorm, plan, or lay groundwork. For example, researching a new course to study, drafting a business plan, or sketching ideas for a creative project. Areas of growth. Jupiter's return to strength can touch multiple areas: career, new job offers, promotions, or recognition for your work; finance, investments, side businesses, or opportunities to earn in new ways; personal growth, pursuing education, learning new skills, or exploring spiritual practices; relationships, new beginnings in love, or a fresh spark in existing partnerships. Example: imagine you've been considering starting a YouTube channel, a business, or going back to school. In September, the idea feels vague. You're not sure if you have the energy or resources. But after October 2nd, you suddenly feel a rush of clarity. You know what you want, and opportunities to support it start appearing. Practical advice for Pisces in late September. Let's bring all of this together into practical guidance. 1. Budget smartly. Since Mars brings small, frequent expenses, track your spending. Apps or a simple notebook can help you avoid the death by 1,000 cuts effect. 2. Rest without guilt. If you feel tired, honor that. Sleep more, meditate, or take mini breaks. You're not being lazy, you're recharging for October. 3. Talk it out. Don't avoid conversations with your partner or family. The sun's opposition energy is best handled through honest communication. 4. Organize your home. Even small changes like decluttering or rearranging furniture can help refresh your energy. 5. Prepare for October. Think of this as a rehearsal before the big show. Brainstorm, plan, and be ready, because Jupiter is about to open doors. Closing, a period of transition and hope. Pisces, the second half of September may not feel as exciting or dynamic as the first half. But remember, this is a time of transition. You're moving from action and exhaustion toward rest, reflection, and preparation. Mars teaches you to slow down, the sun highlights your relationships and home life, and Jupiter quietly whispers, just wait. Your blessings are on their way. By the time October begins, you'll step into a period of renewed hope, fresh opportunities, and exciting new beginnings. So take this time to breathe, to rest, and to align yourself with what you truly want. because the universe is preparing something special just for you. That's your Pisces horoscope for the second half of September 2025. If this message resonates, take it as a reminder that even slower seasons have a sacred purpose. Trust the process. Your next chapter begins very soon.